All right, guys, Matt Arroyo here, and this is a breakdown I'm doing with a grappling match I had a few years ago with Miguel Baeza. He just won the Contender Series, and now he's in the UFC. And he was a little younger here, but still tough as hell. And it was a really good match, and that's why I'm going in. There's a lot of transitions here to work through. I gave him nothing but respect. This was many years ago, and he's killing it now in the UFC. He's about to fight Matt Brown, who I also fought twice, so I thought it would be pretty cool to break this down. Let me mute this. This is in pro division at the Ultimate Grappler in New Breed, and I think it was 185, or no, it was actually the Absolute, the end of the year one. So again, all I knew is he looked like a tough, athletic kid. Somebody told me he was a brown belt and an MMA fighter. I think he was 6-0 at this time. I think he's like 8-0 now or 9-0. So I didn't really want to wrestle too much with him because I heard he was a good wrestler, and it's an 8-minute match. No points for the first 4 minutes, and then points for the last four. So that's kind of how this goes. So I'm trying to do the double grip, getting in on a leg. I want to get my legs on the inside of his. I saw him going for toe holds in some of his last matches, so that's why I want to keep my feet inside of his legs. I don't want to be in an open guard with feet to hips because I don't want to be able to grab my feet. So that's another reason I'm going in there. So I'm just looking to look for a sweep or pull him in or pull him on top of me and get under him. He's looking to pass. And good camera work. All right, so I have a razor, and what I want to do with the razor is get his elbow. But he locked his hands, so it was pretty hard to do. But I have this locked up. So let's see if I take the sweep. I usually try to go for the sweep. Yep. So that's the typical Marcelo Garcia sweep, where you lock up the shoulder, and you take your left hook, throw it in the butterfly, and pop them over. I do this one. I've been doing this since I learned it from Marcelo like 10 years ago, and it works. So that would be 2 points, but not today, because the first 4 minutes are no points, kind of like Abu Dhabi rules. So he doesn't really care. He maybe would have fought it more if he cared about the sweep. And I'm just looking for an over-under pass. I'm trying to kill his knee shield by going underneath it. And I want to get my left hand around his head. I believe I was doing this tournament to train for the Abu Dhabi trials. I'm always looking for the head from the butterfly. Always, always. I think I mentioned this to you guys before. If someone has butterfly guard and their head is even close to me, I'm grabbing it. Because once I grab it, they can't open up, and I could pass over their legs pretty easy, like I just did. And they're always worried about the neck. If they've watched me grapple before or studied my stuff, they know my guillotine is one of my best submissions. So a lot of people will give, especially in a no points tournament or a rule set, they'll give up the pass to defend their neck. So he turtled already. He gave me the pass and then turtled, and I rushed the back because I don't know why. I got excited. So and I also hooked his arm on the way over. But he's a pretty strong kid, so he probably rips it out, if I had to guess. I don't think I have a very strong leg to keep that pressure down on his belly long enough to get that. Knowing what I now know, I probably would have locked my feet right here. But I didn't. Or maybe I did. All right. Good job, Matt. Yeah, this was in like 14. It's like 6 years ago, maybe. And now he's a tough kid. He's not going to tap to a chin choke. But I'm trying to kill his... Oh, there's the body triangle almost. I really want the body triangle because I feel like I can hold people there all day. I have the wrist grip here, pulling it down. Maybe I throw the leg over. I'm trying to dig under. He had a really good neck defense, just keeping his chin tucked to his chest. I was never really able to get too far under the chin, even though I have his arm tied up. Everything I'm doing is in the back attack blueprint with tying up these arms. But again, he's tough and strong, and he got his arm free. And again, 0-0. I'm trying to keep my head on the side of his head, or underneath, between his head and the floor, so that he can't get his head to the floor and escape. I don't have a body triangle. He now has my leg locked up in a triangle, so I can't do my body triangle anymore. I can't go for arm bars because I can't get this leg out. Very smart thing he's doing here. So I'm just trying to get the choke then, or get my arm back, foot back around his arm. and he got it out again. But again, he's controlled. He's not going anywhere here as long as he holds on to that leg. He's got to be able to kick my foot to the floor like he's trying now and shoot his hips out. So I'm just taking my time. I know there's lots of time. What I'm thinking also, if you look here, it's 5 minutes and 15 seconds. So a good strategy would be to pull one hook out, and as it hits 4 minutes, throw the hook in, and you'll get 4 points. Same thing with Abu Dhabi. If you pull a hook out, you don't have both hooks. So a good thing if you have the back right as points are about to come on, you take your hook out, and then right when the points comes, you put it back in, you get your 4 points. So that's what I'm thinking here in my head while I'm trying. Of course, I'm also thinking I should try to choke this kid, but he had pretty good defense. He didn't seem too concerned. He's definitely been here before. And those MMA fighters who do grappling tournaments are always like tough as hell here. Like I feel like I have it over enough, and you see my face kind of changes to kind of squeeze extra. Most people will tap here. I have a nice grip on my bicep. I'm pushing my elbow down. And see, I'm trying to squeeze pretty tight now. I feel like I have it, but yeah. He's like, no, this has happened before to me, and probably not going to tap here. So I'm just trying to keep control and wait for that 4 minute mark just to rack up some points. And I don't want to burn my biceps out and my forearms out too much, because I know it's 8 minute match and we have 4.5 minutes left. So I'm literally just trying to control him. And in a minute I'll probably look over at the clock. I got some people coaching me, Josh Hayden and a few other guys. So maybe they'll tell me when points is. But I know I want to take the hook out right before points. So let's see what happens. Right here is the wrist lock grip break. I call it the "May I help you?" To try to break. See, I'm looking up at the clock. I see. I take my hook out. Hook's out. And once they call points, I throw it back in, and I believe I get 4 points. He's looking at it too. He's like, "Nope, you're not getting that second hook in." Nope. And boom, I got it in. And look at the ref. And there's the points. So guys, think of strategy too when you're competing. It's not just go for the submission, especially as you get better, go against better guys. Sometimes it comes down to that 2 points or that 4 points. Now I finally get it under his chin. Finally, first time of the match. But I don't have my other hand free to wrap up a rear naked. So I try to do a one-arm choke. He kind of laughs at it. And you see my face, I'm squeezing, trying to get my hand free. And he knows what's up. He knows what's going on. And there it is again. This time I have him on the correct side for the choke. And I'm squeezing. I'm even not caring about my hook. See my face? I feel like this is the finish. Most people tap here. Squeezing, and he's getting his back flat to the floor in the meantime for his escape. I should have released earlier, but I released in time enough to try to get on top, which is what you should do. Now I have underhook and head control inside in half guard. He gets his underhook back. He gets his knee shield back. And now we're back to a regular guard. So, in a regular guard, I'm thinking, man, this camera work is kind of weird. It's kind of really up close. I'm up by like 4 points. I'm not worried. I know he's got to shoot, so I'm in sprawl mode, just thinking sprawl. So he could shoot whenever he wants. He's got to come. I'm winning. And I'm just waiting, because I feel like my sprawl is pretty good with most people my size. He was maybe a few pounds heavier at the time, or maybe not. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. I'm up by 4. And I'm like, you got to come to me. Like, I'm winning. It's $2,500 if you win the finals. So I'm not wasting energy either. So I was ready for that. He knows I'm ready for a sprawl. We're both just kind of, I don't know. If I'm him, I'm shooting like crazy. But he knows I'm ready for it. And he might be a little tired fighting off the choke. But let's see. So, boom. I was like, screw it. I'm not going to wait for him to take me down. I'll pull guard. I felt pretty confident that he wasn't going to be able to pass because he hasn't really gotten too close to me yet. But now he has to. So which I felt like that was going to open up more sweeps or submissions, him trying to engage more. So I'm like, let me try getting up. Just mixing it up. I know there's 2 minutes left. And there's a couple cool scrambles here, I think, if I remember correctly. I know he's going to shoot. But I have a habit of getting bored sometimes, and I shoot. There it is. So he shoots a nice single. I'm looking at the Kimura. I couldn't get it. Now I'm looking at the whizzer. I'm looking for a whizzer throw. So I threw him a little bit, but he held tight. Now I'm looking for the Joe Lozon triangle that he got on, what the hell is his name? I forget. Bad with names. Jamie Varner. Anyway, so yeah, it's from the whizzer. The guy's coming up, and I'm trying to get this leg over his head for the triangle. I remember thinking that. And no, it wasn't even close. So I took a sweep off it. And I think I got 2 points for that. So I'm locking him up. I'm thinking of kicking my leg free. I got good shoulder pressure going. And he ended up getting back. So then I do my low pass. He turns. And now I want hooks because I know there's points. I want to rack up more points. But he got his underhook back, so I'm looking for Kimura. Pushing the head. And now is the first time he's ever gotten tight on me in the guard. So I'm wondering what he's going to try here for passing. But I was able to get my knee shield and my legs back in. Keep some distance. And I know there's like less than a minute left. I'm looking for the Mack truck sweep where I body lock. And he got his hips out. Well, not completely out. Yeah, he got his hips out. I know there's not a whole lot of time, but I'm up by a few points now, maybe 6 points. And he's got to come with it now. And I'm just ready to sprawl. And there it is. And there's the sprawl, front headlock, to the back. I pull him over, lock it up, body triangle, 6. I'm not sure how we got to, but I'm thinking one last go at taking this choke. And I look at the clock, it's short time. And that's it. Fun match, tough kid, and this was a long time ago. I believe he's gotten his black belt by now, and he's perfected his game in MMA. And yeah, he's going against the skilled Matt Brown, veteran. You know, Matt's probably 38 years old by now, 39. This kid's, young, in his 20s, hungry, undefeated. It's going to be an interesting fight. I think as long as Miguel does the right game plan, he could beat Matt Brown. But Matt Brown is no easy win. Like I said, I fought him twice. He beat me twice by TKO. And in both fights, I was beating him the first round, like, pretty decisively. And the guy just like the Terminator. He comes back. So good luck to Miguel. Good luck to Matt. And hope you guys enjoyed this.